that if he's not happy or anything like that, then he doesn't have to do anything for you, or he doesn't have to pay the bills, and he has to tell you like, hey, you pay the bills today, and I'm keeping my money so I can go splurge with my homies and do all this other stuff. Or is he expected to always constantly try to make you happy, always constantly try to keep you happy, and at the expense of his own sanity and his own emotions and his own well-being and his own health? I want to know what y'all think about that.
Honestly, our parents believe in it, but not so much these days.
Why not happy spouse, happy house? Isn't that more of an equal arrangement?
It is, but it depends. Like, are both putting in that same effort for both to be happy?
Why not happy spouse, happy house? Isn't that more of an equal arrangement?
I think that's just as true.
So why don't we have that expression?
I would say because men, what they do is more tangible. Men are protectors and providers. You can see that. It's more physical. What women do is more esoteric and spiritual and emotional and supportive. And so, if you know a good woman, you know what a good woman can do for your life.
Why do you think women want equality in everything except for dating?
Women want to be superior. They want to be the one above. They always want to know that they are better than the other.
So why do women say they want equality when they actually want superiority?
They want equality when they want men to understand their feelings. They want men to know that they are also capable of emotions.
Why do women get to pick and choose any more than a man does?
Because women have high expectations. They want everything to happen for a reason, and they think that if it doesn't, then it's not meant to be.
I want a man want a man in the bedroom, but I want equality and respect for just my opinion. You don't have to agree with it, but you definitely have to respect it.
Do feminists believe in equality even when it doesn't benefit them?
I don't really think
the
so.
old head killing
Could you give
it
me an example
somewhat.
of what you mean?
I didn't really understand.
There
too
might be
much of that
certain
last one, though.
responsibilities that women don't want to take on because maybe it's a masculine role or something like that.
Let's say, for example, being drafted into war.
Yeah.
So this is one of the situations where gender equality and comes into play, because there are certain situations which you don't want to be equal across the board, because there are certain situations and areas where men are just going to be more for that role. So there's no reason to enlist all women into the military 18 versus all men, even though Israel already does that and they're doing great. So maybe we should learn from them as well. Why not?
Lies.
Which of the following is worse? Feminists who only want equality when it benefits them, or religious conservatives who don't believe in equality at all?
I think probably the first one, because at least the religious people expect it, versus feminists, they want it their way, but they also want equality.
Why are men still expected to provide for women who can provide for themselves and are celebrated for it?
That's a really interesting thing on the expectation of that, because most of the men I meet now, even though it's expected that people can do 50-50 in the relationship and women can work and contribute to the relationship, most men now feel like it's their duty to provide, and it makes them feel lacking when they can't.
Isn't telling men that it's their masculine duty to protect and provide for women really just telling men to place women on a pedestal above themselves?
I think, yeah, in a way it is. Definitely.
Well, is that equality?
No.
No, I don't think so. I think sometimes girls just like to be spoiled.
Wouldn't men like to be spoiled by women?
Yes, and women should spoil their men as well.
So then why aren't women expected to protect and provide for men?
They can do that too.
But why is that not typically the standard expected the way it is for men to do that for women?
I don't know. It should be. We should all support each other.
But why isn't it?
I don't know.
I mean, honestly, take a look at everything we do. If there's a fire, they say women and children first. So, I mean, if we can also get rid of that, that can be helpful towards that. But, I mean, it can be putting them on a pedestal.
I mean, do you really want to get rid of that? Because if you kind of did, you would be like, well, let's save some of the men because these men can actually contribute to helping whatever it is. They can hold 5 kids over their fucking shoulder and run across the damn fire. or they can run out of a building as fast as they can, holding like 20 people or some shit like that. Those are exaggerations, but you know what I mean. Like, they're capably more stronger, and they think much quicker on their feet in those type of situations and all of that. So, of course, it would be more beneficial to let the men go first, but we don't do that. We leave the men behind because that way the women who are a little bit much more weaker, they're not too fast on their feet, can protect and nurture the children because they're nurturers. Just like someone said before, a lot of the things that men bring are tangible. And then the other aspect of what women bring are more spiritual and non-tangible things, and all of that. So I don't agree with getting rid of that. I think men and women and children first is a good example of being stoic and being a man. So I think that one should stay. That one should stay. As far as equality, I think the only equality that men really need, everything else we can fucking adapt to, is the fact that we can fuck a whole bunch of bitches and not be called hoes. We make them, but we are not them. You heard?
But again, it also comes from like that internal teaching and teaching from a young age of men if they need to be the provider. And if we don't put it that way and we show that everyone can be either the stay-at-home mom or the stay-at-home dad, or someone can provide more for the partnership with still being an equal and have a say, then I think we can move forward in a better way.
Do you believe in the God, man, woman, child hierarchy? And if so, should everyone be held to that standard when we're trying to promote gender equality?
You know what? So I think that I myself believe in God and believe that he's my higher power, but I think that that's why there's different religions, different gods, different things to believe in, because I think there has to be something for everybody. That's my opinion, and I feel that you can believe in what you want, and I'm going to respect you 100%, and I can believe in what I want.
Asking you.
And you should respect me. No judgment.
Wasn't religion the original patriarchal system?
Yeah, you got that one.
So then why are women blaming all men for patriarchy when it's really religious people who are pushing that?
That's kind of religious people and feminisms and everybody else. So I can't necessarily just blame women on that one. I mean, it's religious and women. I'm sorry, feminists, but I got to give you that one.
That's why I listen to this shit.